Rex, number one thought coming out of that game on Sunday night.
The Raiders are a hell of a lot better than most people think. And quite honestly, you talk about that possible playoff matchup, Grady. I think we may see it. I mean, this team is a complete football team. And to me, you're right. This is one of the only teams in the league that give Kansas City all they want.
They really did an extraordinary job last night, RC. What are you seeing from the Raiders on offense? They put together as much defense as you can, I guess, against Kansas City, but it's their offense that impressed last night.
Yeah, listen, the Las Vegas Raiders are one of the top 3 teams in the AFC, and I believe they're the second best offense in the AFC right behind Kansas City. I talked about it on Friday that when we see this unique excellence like we've seen in Kansas City, teams start to scramble to try to beat them. Think about LeBron James being in Cleveland, finding a way to beat the world record-breaking Golden State Warriors. What'd they go do? They went out and got KD because they said they needed a superstar. Now, look at the Oakland Raiders. Most teams try to build with defensive ends and secondary players to try to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Raiders said, we're going to fight fire with fire. We're going to have as much offense as you have, and we've seen that in 2 games. They went toe-to-toe, tat for tat, stood in the middle of the ring, and slugged it out offensively with the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's been extremely fun to watch. This offense can beat you any way you ask them to. They can run it, they can throw it, they can play the short game, they can play the long game. They're impressive to watch, and not a team you want to face in the playoffs.
How about the performance of the quarterback last night, Dan? Again, I don't want to take Patrick Mahomes for granted, but we sort of do take it for granted. He was brilliant last night. He's always brilliant. But how about the Raiders quarterback?
Derek Carr was outstanding. You know, Greeny, this is a football team offensively that has a great formula. If you look at what they did with Derek Carr last night, it was a ton of condensed formations, get to line of scrimmage, and hey, Carr, you control the game. Almost like Peyton Manning used to do back in the game back in the day where they would allow him to go up and not necessarily get them out of bad plays, but consistently get them into really good plays. And they got really good players. Renfro's a really good player. Waller, Jacobs, Aguilar's making plays. So Derek Carr was outstanding, and they're operating this offense at such a high clip. And Derek Carr is so comfortable right now with John Gruden and Greg Olson's offense that he has complete confidence and control of this football team. But here's the reality, guys. They played a great game. The Raiders were as good as they can be. Wasn't good enough. That's the thing with the Chiefs. It's however you want it, they'll give it to you that way. That's the truth about this football team. The Raiders have a perfect formula to beat Kansas City. They executed it perfectly, and it still wasn't good enough.
Yeah, RC, quickly.
The truth about this.
Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying the truth about this football team isn't about the fact that you got to execute it personally or the Kansas City Chiefs can beat you any way they want to. It's because they got Pat Mahomes.
Sure.
It's the same reason why they have a loss. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a loss, and they are always number 1 in my power rankings. And you were almost correct, Dan. You said they executed perfectly, and they almost did. The thing they did, they left too much time on the clock for Patrick Mahomes. There was nobody in America watching that game last night when it was 1:43 left that said to themselves, Patrick Mahomes isn't going to score a touchdown. And that's the problem, and that's the danger in playing that team. But I think when you look at offensive teams that match up with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Las Vegas Raiders do it the best.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.